Hello students, welcome to Accounting Explained at Accountwise Academy. This is Latha Venkateshwaran. This is the part 2 video on ledger accounts. In this video, we are going to see a full-fledged exam question. If you want to look into the MCQs and question answers for the chapter 1, 2 and 3, you can look into the shorts of our channel Accounting Explained at Accountwise Academy. This is the exam question which we are going to solve today. Journalize the following transactions of Messrs. Mallika Fashion House and post the entries to the ledger for the month of June 2017. June 5, business started with cash 2 lakhs. June 8, opened a bank account with Syndicate Bank 80,000 rupees. June 12, goods purchased on credit from Gulmahar Fashion House 30,000. June 12, purchase office machines paid by check 20,000. June 18th, rent paid by check 5,000. June 20, sale of goods on credit to Messrs. Mohit Brothers 10,000. June 22, cash sales 15,000. June 25, cash paid to Messrs. Gulmohar Fashion House 30,000. June 28, received a check from Messrs. Mohit Brothers 10,000. June 30, salary paid in cash 6,000. Let us take each transaction separately and then we will journalize the transaction first and then open the ledger account simultaneously for the transaction. This way it will be easier for you to understand the process of accountancy or accounting very easily. Okay, let us see the first transaction. First transaction is June 5. Business started with cash. When you start business with cash, your asset increases. What is that asset that increases? Cash. So on 5th June 2017, cash account debit 2 lakh rupees. Next, you have started the business. What is that amount called as? Yes, that amount is called as capital. That is a liability. Why it is called as a liability? Because the business owes to the owner of the business that amount. Okay, that is why it is called as the liability. So capital, the liability also increases. When the liability increases, we have to credit it. So to capital account 2 lakhs. And the narration is business started with cash. Now see in this journal entry, two transactions are or two accounts are involved. What are the accounts that are involved? One is cash account and the another is capital account. So we have to open two accounts, cash account and capital account for this journal entry. Okay, so this until this you are able to understand. No, in that cash account or each ledger account will have the following format: DR on the left side and CR on the right side. And then we will open columns of date, particulars. Here there will be journal folio, one column, amount, date, particulars, journal folio, one column, and amount. Okay, first let us open the cash account. Cash account we are opening. See in the journal entry, what is the account opposite to the cash account? It is capital account. Here capital account is credited in the journal. In the ledger we have to debit it. When you debit an account in the ledger, it will start with 2. Remember this, very important. Okay. This I have already explained elaborately in the part 1 video of ledger. Now I will go a little faster. Okay. So to capital account you are debiting rupees 2 lakhs and the date is also the same 5/6. Now another account involved is capital account. That also we are going to open. Okay, capital account. Same column, date, particulars, JF, amount, date, particulars, JF, amount. Okay, here opposite of capital account what is there? Cash account. What you have done with the cash account there? You have debited it. So in the ledger, on the same date 5/6/2015 you are going to credit cash account. So you are credited cash account. When you credit a account in the ledger, it will start with by. Credit side, when you are going to write, it will start with by. Okay, so by cash account 2 lakhs. Next transaction is June 8 opened a bank account with Syndicate Bank rupees 80,000. So when you open a bank account is an asset. When the asset increases, you have to debit it. So on 8th June 2017, bank account debit rupees 80,000 is the first entry. Okay, next, what happened? Your bank has increased. From where the amount would have come? You would have taken the amount you will take from the cash. Now the cash is going to decrease because you have deposited in the bank. Cash is an asset. When it is going to decrease, next entry is to cash account, 80,000 rupees. Being account opened with Syndicate Bank is the journal entry. Now we have two accounts here, bank account and cash account. Technically, we have to open two accounts, bank account and cash account, but it is not necessary to open cash account again because we have already opened the cash account and relevant entries to the cash account we will take to the cash account. Once again, I am telling, if the account has been already opened, no need to open it again. Okay, so let's see the journal entry and we will post it to the ledger. First is bank account. We have opened bank account here. See, okay. Opposite of bank account is cash. What you have done to the cash account? You have credited it in the journal. When you have credited it in the journal, what you have to do in the ledger? We have to debit it. Debit side will start with 2. So on 8th June 2015, to cash account 80,000 rupees. And we are going to write in the cash account we have opened already. See, this transaction is there 5/6/2015 to capital account 2 lakhs. So we are going to have the same thing, maintain the same cash account. Okay. So what is opposite of bank cash account? That cash account we have opened. What we have done to the bank account? We have debited it. Now we have to credit it in the ledger. Credit will start with by. On 8 June 2015, by bank account 80,000 rupees will be the entry in the ledger. Next transaction is June 12, goods purchased on credit from Messrs. Gulmahar Fashion House rupees 30,000. Okay, so when you purchase goods, when your stock increases for the business, you call that as purchases. Okay, when purchases is an expense, when the expense increases, you have to debit it. So purchases account debit rupees 30,000 and Gulmohar Fashion is your creditor. You have to pay them later. So creditor is a liability. You have to debit to Gulmohar Fashion House 30,000. Goods purchased on credit is the narration. Now two accounts are involved here. Purchases account and Gulmohar Fashion House. We have to open these two accounts newly because we have not already opened it. So now Gulmohar Fashion House account and purchases account we have opened. First we will see Gulmohar Fashion House account. What is the opposite of Gulmohar Fashion account? Purchases account. What we have done in the journal entry, we have debited the purchases account. So now we have to credit it in the ledger. On 12th June 2015, on the credit side, you are writing by purchases account 30,000. Okay. Now another account is purchases account. Purchases account, what you have done? Opposite of purchases account is Gulmohar Fashion House account. Here you have credited and in the ledger you have to debit it. So on 12th June 2015 on the debit side, to Gulmohar Fashion House account 30,000 rupees. On June 12, purchase office machines paid by check rupees 20,000. When you buy machines for the office, then they are asset. When the asset increases, you have to debit it. So on 12th June 15, office missions account debit and you have paid by check. That means your bank is going to decrease. Bank decrease means asset decrease. Asset decrease means credit to bank account 20,000 rupees, 20,000 rupees, office missions purchased. Here two accounts are involved, office missions and bank account. This bank account we have already opened, so no need to open it again. We will open only office missions account newly. Okay, now let us see the bank account. Bank account, opposite of bank account is office missions account that you have debited. Now in the ledger of bank account you are going to credit it. 12/6/2015, credit means starts with by office missions account 20,000 rupees. Next you are going to open a new account, office mission account. Okay, opposite of office mission is bank account. What you have done with the bank account here, you have credited it. Okay, so on 12th June 2015 in the office mission account you are going to debit the bank account. So debit means start with 2 to bank account 20,000 rupees. June 18, rent paid by check rupees 5,000. So rent is an expense. When the expense increase, it has to be debited. Rent account debit 5,000 on 18/6/15. By check means again bank account is an asset. When the asset decreases, you have to credit it to bank account 5,000. Narration is rent paid. So you have to two accounts are involved. You have to open a new account, only rent account now. Bank account already exists. So in the bank account, what you have to do opposite of bank account is rent account. Rent account you have debited. Now you are going to credit it on 18th June 2015 by rent account 5,000 rupees. Now open a new account called rent account. Okay, what is opposite of rent account? Opposite of rent account is bank. Bank you have credited. Now in the rent account of the ledger you are going to debit it. Now on 18/6/2015 to, since it is debit to bank account 20,000 rupees. June 20, sale of goods on credit to Mohit Brothers 10,000 rupees. Okay, so now you have sold the goods to Mohit Brothers on credit. So when you sell goods on credit, they are going to pay us. When someone has to pay us, they are called as debtor. Debtor is an asset. When the asset increases, you have to debit it. So here debtor is Mrs. Mohit Brothers account debit 10,000 rupees. So you have sold goods, the goods which are for the business you have sold, then it is called as sales. Sales is an income. When the income increases, you have to credit it to sales account 10,000 rupees. Goods sold on credit is the journal entry. So these two are new accounts. So we are going to open new accounts. Messrs. Mohit Brothers account and sales account. First we'll see Messrs. Mohit Brothers account. Opposite of that is sales account. Here you have credited it. So in the ledger account you are going to debit it 26/2015 to sales account 10,000 rupees. Next is sales account. Sales account opposite is Messrs. Mohit Brothers account that you have debited here. In the ledger account of sales account you are going to credit it on 26/2015 by Messrs. Mohit Brothers account 10,000 rupees. Next, June 22 cash sales rupees 15,000. When you make cash sales, cash comes in. Cash is an asset. So when the asset increases, you have to debit it. 22/6/2015 cash account debit 15,000 rupees. Next, sales. Sales is an income. So when the income increases, you have to credit it to sales account 15,000 rupees. Goods sold for cash is the narration. Here in this journal entry, two accounts are involved, cash account and sales account. These two accounts we have already opened, sales account and cash account, so no need to open it again. We will maintain the same account. First, let's see the sales account. Opposite of sales is cash. Cash we have debited. Now we are going to credit it. 22/6/2015 by cash account 15,000 rupees. Next, we will open the cash account. Opposite of cash account is what? Sales account. What you have done with the sales account? You have credited it. Now, in the cash account, you are going to debit it on 22/6/2015 to sales account 15,000 rupees. On June 25, cash paid to Messrs. Gulmohar Fashion House rupees 30,000. We purchased on credit now we are paying it back. Okay, so Gulmohar Fashion House already was a creditor to us. Now we are paying them back. Creditor, what did we do? We credited them. Since they are paying back, we are going to debit it to cancel that creditor. Gulmohar Fashion House account debit 30,000 rupees. Now we have paid them by cash. So when you pay, cash decreases. Cash is an asset. When the asset decreases, you have to credit it. So to cash account 30,000 rupees. Cash paid to Gulmohar Fashion House is the journal entry. Now these two accounts, Gulmohar Fashion accounts and cash account, already exist, so no need to open it again. Let's see the cash account. What is the opposite of cash account here? Gulmohar Fashion House. What we have done with that account? We have debited. Now we will credit it. 25/6/2015 in the cash account by Gulmohar Fashion House account 30,000. Okay, next we are going to see Gulmohar Fashion House. See the journal entry. Opposite to Gulmohar Fashion House, it is the cash account. So we have credited it here. Now we are going to debit it in the Gulmohar Fashion House account. On 25/6/2015 to cash account 30,000 rupees. On June 28, received a check from Messrs. Mohit Brothers 10,000 rupees. This is for the sales we have made. Okay, so Mohit Brothers, what did we do? We debited them because they were our debtor. Now they are going to pay back. Now we are going to cancel that debit and we are going to credit them because opposite of debit is credit. So to Mohit Brothers, see the journal entry. To Mohit Brothers on 28/6/2015 we have debited it with 10,000 rupees. Next, we have received a check. Check means your bank account is going to increase. Bank is an asset. When the asset increases, you are going to debit it. Bank account debit 10,000 rupees. Payment received in full and final settlement from Mohit Brothers. Two accounts are involved, bank account and Mohit Brothers. We have already opened that account, so no need to open it account. Open those accounts, we will maintain the same accounts. In the Mohit Brothers account, opposite of Mohit Brothers is bank account. We have debited the bank account. Now we are going to credit 28/6/2015 in the Mohit Brothers account by bank account 10,000 rupees. Okay, again now we are going to open bank account. See the bank account. Opposite of bank account is what? Messrs. Mohit Brothers account. We have credited it. Now we are going to debit it. So in the bank account on the debit side 28/6/2015 to Mohit Brothers 10,000 rupees. June 30, salary paid in cash rupees 6,000. Salary is an expense. When the expense increases, we have to debit it. So salary account debit 6,000. Cash account is going to decrease, is an asset. When the cash decreases or the asset decreases, we have to credit it to cash account 6,000 rupees. Payment received in full and final settlement, that is for the salary. See the month end, no? So we will pay the salary. Here two accounts are involved, salary and cash. Cash account already exists. Salary account is a new account. So you are going to open the new account, salary account, cash account. Okay, let us see the salary account first. Opposite of salary is cash. credited here in the journal. So in the ledger on 30/6/2015 in the salary account, we are going to debit to cash account 6,000 rupees. Now we will see cash account. Opposite of cash account is what? Opposite of cash account is salary account in the journal. We have debited the salary account in the journal. So in the ledger we are going to credit on in the cash account. On 30/6/2015 by salary account 6,000 rupees. We have posted all the transactions from the journal accounts to the respective ledger accounts. Our ledger accounts will look like this. First, this is our cash account. Cash account will look like this after posting all the transactions. This is the capital account. This is the bank account. This is the Gulmuhar Fashion House account. This is the purchases account. This is the office mission account. Your rent account will look like this. Mohit Brothers account will look like this. Sales account will look like this. This is the salary account which we open, and salary account was the last account which we opened from the question, right? So we have opened all the ledger accounts that was given in the transactions. Now you should be thorough with the journal entries and ledger posting. With this video, I am completing the chapter 3 syllabus of class 11 NCERT portion. If you would like to inquire about the online classes which I take or to get more worksheets, you can contact us at acc.wiseacademy@gmail.com.